learners! Welcome to day 2 of your free 5-day VA beginners course dito sa Freelancing Made Easy. So I hope you've learned a lot from day 1. Nag-cover tayo ng napakaraming topics, how to reach out to clients, how to find legit clients, how to close the deal, follow up, and many others. I also hope that you downloaded your free day 1 workbook. It's a Google Doc, pero I'll show you how to download that as a PDF file because I want you to open that even if you're like offline and make sure that you read it all the time. So here is the workbook. If you received it in this format, go to File here and download as a PDF file. You can also download this as a Word document. Any other types of file you want, pero I recommend that you download the PDF file of this. So it's easier for you to read and open later on kahit na hindi ka nakakonect online. Pwede rin itong basahin sa phone mo or sa tablet. On the go. If you're done with that, let's move and continue to Day 2. So what will you learn today? Are as follows. How to be a self-sufficient virtual assistant. So as a freelancer in general or as a VA, I always tell people that we solve problems for clients because in any types of business, yun ang main focus dapat ng kung sino man ang nagtatrabaho. Ngayon, to be able to become an efficient VA, isang VA na makikip ng clients to retain them and have referrals and grow their business to new heights, you need to be someone who is just not reliable but also someone who is self-sufficient. Yung kahit na wala kang gawing task or wala kang daily tasks for now, proactive ka pa na maghanap ng bago. You have to ask the clients, am I doing anything today? Do you have anything urgent? Yung gano'n. Ganong klaseng self-sufficiency. At kung sakaling maka-encounter ka ng mga problems and obstacles, alam mo kung paano i-solve on your own first before you even ask the client the solution. Because, hey, we're problem solvers, hindi tayo askers. So first, on how to become self-sufficient, you have to have great knowledge of online marketing, including tools, strategies, and best practices. What am I talking about when it comes to this? Because the 3 best niches to become a VA, we will discuss the types of VAs, by the way, in day 5. So more on that on coming days. The 3 niches na pinakamadaling pasukan na sa virtual assistant is a personal or executive assistant, isang social media VA, and the last is the content VA. So for these 3 niches, some of the most used or common tools that you need to be familiar with include things such as Google Drive, the Google system, apparently, yes. You also need to know how to use Word, which we already do, dahil lahat naman yan nagamit na natin sa school noon. Also, you need to know how to use graphic design tools kasi pwedeng ikaw yung paggawin ng mga designing. Communication tools whenever you need to contact your clients, and many others. Actually, all these basic freelancing tools, we will discuss this tomorrow sa ating day 3 training. But for now, I want you to realize that this is one of those things that makes you a self-sufficient VA. You have to learn all these things even before you start working because clients will expect you to know this in case you want to apply for those 3 niches I mentioned. And the other is, you have an eye for a great design. For example, si client, nagre-require siya na ikaw ang gumawa ng isang report para sa certain quarter financials ng kanilang company. You already have all the data. All you just need to do is to present it in such a manner na maganda at formal ang dating. So, you need it in a PDF file. Yun din ang gusto ng client. So, in order to do that, you either write something on Word or Google Docs, or you use slides, or pinakamaganda dyan is PowerPoint. Because you can easily implement all the details, magandang design, templates, plus, pwede mo yung i-export and download as a PDF file. So we've done so many reports for clients that use this technique and they all work. Especially if you don't have great designing skills in Photoshop or other paid tools na pwedeng gamitin for designing such things. So even if you have PowerPoint or slides, pwede kang gumawa ng magandang designs for reports. So what do I say when you should have an eye for a great design? Maganda ito kung ikaw gusto mo namang maging designer VA. Ikaw yung gumagawa ng websites, ikaw yung gumagawa ng collaterals, mga flyers, social posts, ikaw yung gumagawa ng videos. Kasi you have to be able to determine kung maganda ba yung color contrasting sa website. You have to be able to determine kung medyo may tabingi ba dyan, kung saan. Yung mga ganong klase, yung eye for detail and design. Kasi if you have that skill, usually natural after your design skills, you should be able to determine kung alin yung mali. Nakikita mo dapat yun. Parang yung big picture. Overview. Kaya we have an eye in there. So anyway, so much for that. This is the next big thing. You must be great at figuring out things by yourself. So, and be able to complete tasks by following instructions. So what if there's a task that the client showed to you pero hindi mo alam paano gawin? I'll show you a quick demo. We will use Upwork because you can find inspiration on any kind of tasks in here. Ayan. So this is my personal Upwork. So I searched for the category virtual assistants. I found one. Ito. Naghahanap siya ng isang data entry person who would be able to transfer all of their agency files from Dropbox to Google Drive. Ngayon, the instructions are as follows. I've purchased the tool MultCloud. I don't know what that is. So, click natin to and let's review what MultCloud is. Okay. But keep getting error messages. I have tons of storage on our Dropbox and our Google Drive, looking to transfer everything over to Google Drive, preferably with MultCloud. MultCloud keeps giving me error messages. It looks like MultDrive has created all the folders in Google Drive but hasn't copied the files over. So ito ang problem niya ngayon. So you have to research first. If you want to reply to this, dapat you're already armed with the knowledge needed to solve the client's problem. You have to be able to know what MultCloud is. This is my first time seeing MultCloud. Apparently, it's a cloud transfer and syncing tool. Pero palagi daw siyang nakakagamit ng errors. So, as an experienced VA, what I could do in my proposal is, aside from researching what MultCloud is, since ang sabi niya dito, the client is a premium user and MultCloud has a support feature, I could, one, help him or her contact support. For sure, any paid user in a plan will have dedicated support. So I could help contact customer support for them to determine what the error was. Or even before that, ask the client what specific error are they seeing. The error message that pops up whenever they do all this transfer. because I can do the research and focus on that problem alone. Pwede mo i-search yon sa Google. Or dito, makikita mo sa support center nila, they have tutorials and documents which you can also search using the specific terms na nakikita nila sa kanilang error message. Ngayon, I'm familiar with Dropbox and Google Drive, no problem with that. But I need to be able to instantly know what multi-cloud is. And just by a quick glance, nalaman ko na kung anong kailangan gawin because I already have experience. Pero kung ikaw, baguhan, you'll have to identify these things on your own. So that's how I approach it. Very quick lang. Next, how do I be able to complete tasks by following instructions? Kunyari ito, yung example natin kanina, gusto niya na transfer lahat yan. Pero you have to provide them a system na anong mga steps na gagawin mo. Ikaw ay magre-research tungkol sa problem. You have to ask. You contact the customer support. And that's it. You provide that detail to them. You're not afraid to ask questions. Kaya yung na-research mo na si multi-cloud, kunyari nakuha mo na itong client na ito, you have to ask naman what their level of experience is with multi-cloud. Have they used it before? Is this very new to them? Or whatnot? These are relevant questions because they're using multi-cloud currently. And we want to know their level of experience or exposure to this tool. Kung gumagamit mo sila ng ibang klaseng tool with the same features. Also, you have to ask whenever you have new tasks is when is the deadline? What is the timeline? Kasi kasama yan sa pagiging self-sufficient. You have to be able to be a self-starter and ma-meet mo yung deadline. Hindi mo na ma-beat mo. Kunyari, ang deadline ni client is for this Friday, you receive the task this Tuesday. You have to be able to read all the instructions first, do the research, ask the questions, and do any clarifications para magawa mo na agad-agad at ma-send mo sa kanya bago pa mag-Friday. And that's what I've told you earlier. Kung wala ka namang task for today, kasi usually the clients, they will provide you a daily or weekly agenda. So if you're able to do things up in advance, minsan, mawawalan ka na ng ibang tasks na gagawin for the coming days. You have to ask them if there's anything you can help with today. I'm free during this time that this is really about thinking. So it's important that even if you don't have anything to do now, you're still helpful. So before we move on, I'll show you quick Google tips so you can search like a pro. Here it is. This is your workbook for day 2. These are 15 Google tricks and tips you must know. Para naman, every time you use Google, hindi mo lang basta-basta gawin yung search functions. So number 1, you have to learn the shortcuts. Google is a very powerful tool and you can use it to your advantage and make it even more useful kapag ginawan mo at ginamitan ng shortcuts. First, you can use the search results for direct definitions. Use define plus a word to get dictionary meanings. For time zones, you can also use time and location now para malaman mo yung oras in a certain area. You can also use any types of math problems and equations. For example, 3% of 250, lalabas yung calculator at ipapakita niya sa'yo yung sagot agad-agad. Pwede mo rin mahanap yung ticker name niya sa stock and ano yung results nung trade information niya for certain periods. So, example natin dito is Google. Weather and location for any weather updates and by hour breakdown. So for example, kung uulan ba, malalaman mo dyan. Lyrics of a song title, pwede yan, lagay mo lang. Miles to kilometers or pounds to kilograms, ito naman yung metric conversion. And currency. So, kasi tayo, we usually earn in dollars or in euros. So, we have to understand how to easily see a reliable currency converter. Next is reverse image search. If you go to the images section here, so let's see, images. If you go to the images section here, you'll see this, the camera button in there. Pag click mo yan, you can use the feature to paste an image URL or upload your own image. Tapos si Google nang bahala mag-search kung saan galing yan, kung ano pang mga links or something na pwede mo gamitin. Now, there are also other tabs in Google search. So, for example, sa images, ito, gusto mo lang, puro lang mga pictures yan. So, videos, ito naman, ito sa balita, at ito, pupunta to sa maps. It's a different results page. So, ibang app to, and it will be useful if you want to find location. Next on our tip list is Google search tools to refine your filters. So, depende sa paggagamitan mo na tab, images, videos, or news, yung tools, ito, mag-iiba siya according to this. So, kung all naman, ayan, meron pa rin tools yan. Lalabas pa din yan. Anytime and all results. So, makikita mo dyan, parang kasama yung all, kasama natin yung all. Para naman ito, live update ito ng search, ng materials yan. Ng workbook. So, you see that. So, all images and videos, excuse me, pati news. Kita mo siya. So, for example, nahanap ka ng news about elections in the US now, very current. Pwede ka makahanap dyan ng news, recent, or isort mo siya by relevance. So, depende na lang sa'yo kung ano kailangan mo. Yung apostrophe or yung quotes will tell Google to highlight the ones inside. So, specific lang. Exact phrase ang ipapakita niya sa'yo na results. So, wrong spelling, hindi na pa-matter yun. Kahit mag-wrong spelling ka, ikukorek ka na ni Google. At ibibigay pa rin sa'yo yung search results. Depende sa context clues na makikita niya sa pinaghahanap mo. Use hyphen for negative results. So, kailangan tanggalin natin yung recipes. Kung gusto mo mag-search lang about chocolate mousse, mga images or videos or whatever, or how-tos, hindi nakasama yung recipes sa results. For similar words, you can use this symbol. I don't know what that symbol is, but you can use that to get the synonyms right away. Colon naman for specific sites. So, for example, I want to find results about Walmart within Florida that sells baby toys. So, ito ang format na gagawin mo. Ayan. So, for link pages, kailangan mo naman find out all link pages to a particular keyword or site. So, if I use this as a search result, lahat ng results ay lalabas about keto. So, mga websites na lalabas, may keto. Related sites naman, ito, kung gusto mo ng mga related or relevant sites that are similar to the ones you will search. So, Amazon.com, lalabas siya mga Walmart, mga gano'n. Keep things simple. So, for example, if you're gonna search for something, huwag mo na ipakamplikado. So, if you wanna search for burger places nearby, just click and search for burger place nearby. Google will understand it. Kung gusto mo naman ng more depth when it comes to specific search, kailangan lagyan mo na ng more long tail keywords or words. So, while searching for job interview and you're not satisfied, you can search for prepare for job interviews or how to prepare for job interviews or how to prepare for job interviews video calls. Mga ganon. Next, you can find files of any type, keto diet, recipes, file type, PDF. So, lahat ng lalabas sa results, puro PDF files. If you're into e-commerce naman, you can track packages from USPS, FedEx, or I don't know, DHL, any types of courier. I don't know if it works in LBC or mga local couriers natin dito, Air 21. But you could try. I've tried it in USPS and it works magnificently. So that's it for your quick Google search like a pro tip workbook. Download nyo din po yan. So let's continue with our main lesson. Of the 5-day video email course. We will go back to this. Okay. Last but not least, your creative problem solver who thinks outside the box and always willing to question and improve. So I'll give you a scenario. You're a customer support agent handling email for the clients. May isang email, meron ka ng process, meron ng nakadetalya na lahat na kailangan mong gawin on a day, na-train ka na what to do and what to say. Merong mga drafts or canned template responses you can send to anyone with specific questions. Pero merong isang bagong email na pupunta sa'yo na medyo hindi ka pa familiar. It's a new situation. What do you do? First, you have to stick to the process. If you can't find it there, find it elsewhere. Kung kunwari, meron kang database ng results and processes mo, you have to find it in some other database na pwede mong hanapan ng solution or paraan. Kapag hindi pa rin na-satisfy yun, try another layer of research within the same environment, your database, another database, and another database. Kapag lahat ng paraan na-exhaust mo na, that's the only time pwede mong mabalikan si client at tanongin. Kasi baka nga naman, itong legitimate concern na ito bago at opportunity para maidagdag mo naman sa inyong processes. So another scenario, ikaw naman content creator VA. Si client, nag-offer siya ng digital courses. And one part of her courses may workbooks. Pero yung mga students niya, nahihirapan sila mag-save ng workbooks sa PDF. Because apparently, what they do is they download the files and open it in the browser. Kasi most PDFs are easily opened via any browser. So ngayon, whenever they save anything on that workbook PDF file, kahit na na-download nila, hindi save because they don't open it using a native PDF opener like Adobe. So that's a problem. Now, the client wants to warn them in order to not have the same problem and lessen support issues. So, first, we found a solution by finding a way to create an online form we can easily embed in her learning management system. But it didn't work because we cannot download the results right away. Medyo messy and cluttery. And hindi nila mabalik-balikan na pareho na sa PDF. So what we did is we created a video. This is thinking outside the box of how to solve a specific problem. So we did an explainer video, no sound, just where to go. And we inputted captions para makita ng lahat ng students, this is what you do in order to save a file, where to open it, and how to save it properly in order for you not to anymore ask the support for any questions. So that's it. Problem solved. Ever since we did that, we never received any complaints about it anymore. So happy si client. So that's what we are telling you about thinking outside the box and have a creative problem solution. have a creative solution to every problem that life throws at you. So if one thing doesn't work, you have to think of other ways to be able to solve the problem that arises. Minsan kasi kahit na-experience na natin ito noon, tapos iba pala yung klase ng support na kailangan ng client, we have to be able to mind map and brainstorm with our clients if possible. Para naman lahat ng maibibigay natin na solutions for them, tailored fit at masisiyahan sila. Because if you wow your clients, you'll always get work from them and probably more clients from them. So, that's the end of this daily lesson. Pero ang action items natin, identify muna yung tools na gusto mong gamitin at nagamit mo na. For example, marunong ka na gumamit ng YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn, Pinterest, Gmail, kung ano pa man yan. At itry mo yung mga research tips natin from Google kanina, yung workbook. Download that and try it out on your own before we do lessons for day 3. In case you have any questions, just comment down below in the page where you're watching this or on YouTube para naman masagot natin ang lahat ng inyong concerns. If you're ready for day 3, see you next. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye-bye!